5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on the Wild Things Baseball Network for our post-game show as well as our Into the Wild podcast highlights. Let's start with the scoring as Washington wins 11-5 to go to 9-0 on the road this season and win the series opener here in Florence. The scoring started in the top of the second. Carson Clowers with 2 on, in fact with the bases loaded, lined a 2-run single to the outfield to make it a 2-0 Washington lead. A double play. Here's Kobayashi's first pitch to Clowers. Flared toward left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Caulfield in. Chayka being waved around third. He will dive in safely, and Washington leads 2-0 in the second. Florence would put up 4 in the bottom of the fourth inning. A 3-run triple to clear the bases by Ed Johnson. The next batter, Andrew Lee, doubled Johnson home and made it 4-2 Florence. Tom Vaith was ejected before the top of the fifth came to a begin. And then the Wild Things bats woke up. The Washington Wild Things score 6 in the fifth inning. It started with a walk to Ethan Wilder. He would go to second on a wild pitch during the plate appearance of Andrew Check. Check would double off the left field wall. We're going to shut that down real quick. Check would double off the left field wall to plate Ethan Wilder and make it a 4-3 game. Here's the 3-2 to Check. In the air to left, hit pretty well. Left footer Lee ranging back, still going at the track, reaches up. It's up against the base of the wall. Being waved is Wilder. Cutoff throw back to home. It's late and skips by. Andrew Check is going to try to move up to third and will. The next batter was Wagner Lagrange. He also doubled. That brought home Andrew Check from third after he had gone there on a throwing error on his double, and that tied the game back up at 4 apiece. In front of him, Lagrange in the air to left center field. Game will be tied. Andrew Check can walk home. As this ball bounces up against the wall, Lagrange pulls into second. We're tied. After the Lagrange double, he would be at second base. Tyreek Reed flied out to right field. Then Tommy Caulfield stepped in. He also doubled. And with an error, went to third base to score the 5th Washington run of the day. And back-to-back-to-back RBI doubles, in a sense, made it 6-4 in favor, made it 5-4 in favor of Washington. 1-0 is in the air to left, relatively softly, going to fall for a base hit and skip away from Andrew Lee and roll to the corner. Lagrange in to score, RBI hit for Caulfield around second, heading to third, and he's in there as Washington takes a 5-4 lead. Caulfield himself would score several batters later with the bases full. Caleb McNeely was walked. And then the next batter, Ethan Wilder, grounded a single back up the middle for a 2-run knock. That made it 8-4 in favor of Washington and closed the scoring in the 5th. First home from Grown to Wilder. Back up the middle, base hit. This will score at least one more. Throw coming home. It is late to score on the Wilder single. And Washington opens it up to 8-4. The Wild Things would add 3 in the 6th inning. An RBI single by Tyreek Reed made it a 9-4 ball game. Next one to Reed. Grounded up the first base line. That is a fair ball. And he'll kick off the corner. Lagrange around to score. Tyreek Reed has an RBI and his second hit of the day. 10th run batted in on the year. It is 9-4 in favor of Washington. And then after a double by Tommy Caulfield, both Reed and Caulfield would score on a 2-run single by Robert Chayka that caps Washington's scoring at 11 runs. Payoff from Kemledge again, lined at center field, base hit. Reed will score. Caulfield being waved around third. Throw will be up the third base line. Second run scores, a 2-run knock for Robert Chayka. It is 11-4. In the bottom of the 7th, the homer by Ashton Creel made it 11-5. That's where the final is for this game tonight. Malik Barrington is the winner. He goes to 2-1, 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. The loser is the first reliever, Gunnar Groen, for Florence, an inning, 6 runs, in the fifth. 4 hits, a strikeout, and 4 walks. 52 pitches, only 26 for strikes for Grone, and he was the losing pitcher, falling to 1-1. There is no save. Time of the game, 3 hours and 16 minutes tonight here in Florence, and the paid attendance is 2,262 here at Thomas More Stadium, which saw the Florence Yalls drop to 6-11, and the Washington Wild Things move to 9-0 on the road and 13-5 overall, and now sit alone in first place in the Frontier League's West Division as a result of Trois-Rivières' 9-5 win over the Schaumburg Boomers. Gateway has also won 11-2 over Evansville, Tri-City a 9-8 winner over New England, New York an 8-2 victory over the Quebec Capitals. Ottawa comes back and beats Windy City 4-3. New Jersey knocks off Sussex County 8-0, and Lake Erie is closing in on a victory at Joliet, a 7-6 game. But now it is 7-7, so Joliet will either win or that game will go to extras, and we'll see who wins from there. That is your Frontier League scoreboard update as our post-game show comes to a close. For all of us at the Washington Wild Things, appreciate you tuning in to the series opener here in Florence. We are on the air same time tomorrow about actually, it's not the same time tomorrow. I take that back. First pitch tomorrow, I believe, is scheduled for 6:36. A half hour earlier tomorrow on the Wild Things Baseball Network. So check our social platforms for airtime, everything else like that, and we'll bring the contest to you on the Wild Things Baseball Network before the grand finale goes, and you can't hear me anyway. So long from Florence. Thank you for being a person who served it on the Wild Things Baseball Network tonight. Good night.